All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to unpack a pretty fascinating story about the future of modern basketball's defining dynasty. Now, for most casual fans, the NBA Summer League is just, well, it's meaningless basketball in July, right? It's where rookies get their first taste of the pros and forgotten veterans fight tooth and nail for one last shot. The trophies won here, usually completely forgotten before training camp even kicks off. But every once in a while, a July tournament actually tells us a story about the future. And today, we're looking at how a seemingly minor event in Las Vegas might have literally just secured the next decade for the Golden State Warriors.
It all boils down to one massive question. Did the Warriors just find the foundation for life after Steph Curry? To answer that, we really need to look at the 2026 Summer League not as some minor blip on the radar, but as a critical, highly revealing glimpse into Golden State's post-dynasty blueprint. They didn't just walk away with a shiny piece of hardware. They showcased a culture that a lot of people honestly thought might age out right alongside its legendary core.
Section 1. More than just July. A glimpse of the future.
So, the Warriors organization is currently staring down the inevitable twilight of what has been an absolutely historic championship run. And while the rest of the league was completely wrapped up in blockbuster distractions, LeBron James's free agency, the Nikola Jokic contract drama, massive trades, Golden State's focus was totally different. Operating entirely under the radar, they were quietly evaluating their next era and assembling what turned out to be one of the most exciting young groups out there in Las Vegas.
You have to imagine the front office is constantly agonizing over this what comes next. Stephen Curry literally changed the game of basketball. Draymond Green basically became the absolute blueprint for positionless defense. But let's face it, that core is aging. The front office has been dealing with this looming anxiety, desperately hunting for players who can contribute right this second while also developing into the leaders of tomorrow. At this stage, every single season matters more than the last for this front office.
Section 2. Enter Yaxel Lendeborg, the 11th overall pick.
So Yaxel Lendeborg gets selected 11th overall in the 2026 draft. And honestly, it was a pick that drew some serious raised eyebrows. Some analysts questioned the choice entirely, while others were arguing he should have been taken even earlier. But the Golden State front office, they believed in him heavily. They didn't just see a raw, athletic forward. They saw an absolutely perfect fit for their system.
And look, his pedigree at Michigan definitely speaks for itself. We're talking about a national champion, a Big Ten Player of the Year, a first-team All-America selection, and a genuine two-way force. He was arguably one of college basketball's most complete players. But, as we all know, college success doesn't just magically translate to the pros. The NBA is bigger, it is unbelievably faster, and it's way more physical. Las Vegas was going to be Lendeborg's first true test against that NBA speed.
Which brings us to Section 3. The championship comeback, Warriors versus Grizzlies.
Man, this game was an absolute emotional roller coaster, and it perfectly tested Golden State's culture. First quarter, it's a wide-open battle. The Warriors are relying on that classic identity of quick decisions and extra passes. But then, the second quarter hits, and Memphis just takes over. The Grizzlies cranked up the defensive pressure to an 11. Passing lanes totally vanished, and the Warriors' offense pretty much flatlined. By halftime, they're chasing the game. But look what happens in the third quarter. The Warriors didn't panic. They just put their hard hats on and chipped away with defense. Lendeborg started controlling the pace, finding those extra passes and crashing the offensive boards. And then, the fourth quarter. A totally composed comeback. No hero ball, no flashy isolation plays. Just relying on stops, fast break opportunities, and true championship composure. And when the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 94-90. Golden State erased a double-digit deficit to capture the 2026 NBA Summer League Championship. It was a massive victory that proved this young squad could execute when the pressure was dialed all the way up.
Now, while Lendeborg was undeniably the star of the show, honestly looking way less like a rookie and more like a seasoned veteran, he definitely didn't do it alone. The supporting cast executed their specific roles flawlessly. You had L.J. Cryer providing crucial perimeter scoring. Will Richard was out there bringing relentless energy and timely shooting. Davon Smith played the role of the relentless attacking guard for the second unit, and Malevi Lyons, he just fully embraced all the dirty work. This kind of unselfish chemistry where every single player executes their role without chasing their own stats, that directly mirrors the classic Warriors culture we've all come to know.
Section 4. The Warriors Blueprint, a perfect system match.
It really all comes down to how you evaluate a player. Us casual fans, we usually look for those traditional stats. Did the rookie drop 30 points? Did they end up on a viral highlight reel? But the Warriors front office? They evaluate winning habits. They want to see those crisp defensive rotations, the willingness to make the extra pass, constant communication, and crucially, composure right after making a mistake. These are the actual traits that keep players in a regular season rotation, and they're exactly the tests Lendeborg passed with flying colors.
Lendeborg just fits the modern NBA prototype so perfectly. Standing at 6'9", it's his versatility that makes him special. He can battle guys much bigger than him down in the post, but, and this is key, if he gets switched onto a quick shifty guard, he just slides his feet seamlessly. He pushes the pace in transition, and arguably most importantly for Steve Kerr's offense, he makes split-second decisions. He doesn't hold the ball and let the offense stagnate. He keeps the whole puzzle moving.
Plus, Lendeborg is stepping into what is essentially the ultimate veteran classroom. Think about it. He has the incredible luxury of learning movement without the ball directly from Steph Curry. He gets to learn defensive communication and anticipation in real time from Draymond Green. And with Jimmy Butler in the mix, he gets to absorb that sheer intensity and composure in big moments. For a young, versatile forward, there might literally not be a better classroom in the entire NBA to accelerate his development.
Section 5. What happens next? Looking ahead to the upcoming season.
Let's be real, the path for Lendeborg into 2026-27 season is going to be earned, not given. Because the Warriors are trying to win right now, he is not going to be handed minutes just because he was a lottery pick. Step 1, he's got to provide relentless energy as a spark plug off the bench. Step 2, he must execute defensively, switching on screens and crashing those boards hard. Step 3, keep the offense flowing with quick passes. Only if he hits those 3 marks consistently, then comes Step 4, actually securing meaningful rotation minutes.
Because, development takes time. It really does. Every superstar had to start somewhere. Steph Curry had to prove a whole army of doubters wrong. Draymond Green was a second-round pick who had to fight tooth and nail just to get on the floor. Klay Thompson had to learn how to perfectly complement greatness. The Warriors aren't rushing Lendeborg to be some overnight savior. They are meticulously building lasting winning habits long before the massive spotlight arrives. At the end of the day, yeah, that Summer League trophy is probably just going to gather dust in a display case somewhere. But what it represents, that proves that for the Warriors, the next chapter is just beginning. The unselfish identity, the defensive communication, and the undeniable culture on display in Las Vegas prove that this organization is far from finished. They are still actively, aggressively building. Which leaves us with one massive, lingering question to think about. Did the Warriors quietly discover the absolute biggest steal of the 2026 NBA draft? Only time and the relentless grind of the regular season will give us the real answer. But if their culture continues to develop this young core the way they envision, the rest of the league might soon wake up and realize that Golden State's next era has already arrived. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope this got you as hyped for the upcoming season as I am.